Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. It is not a game, it is not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of...
We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 deep.
Early on in the game, 1st quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about this week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And it's fielded at the 34. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it. We are in the 1st quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Burrow on 3rd down. He's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Mixon with a first down carry. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The numbers for Mixon last week, 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow, and that one going to come up short, low throw.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them.
After the pick six, here's Burrow again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down. Burrow looking to pass. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say...
Early on in the game, first quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Oliver. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7. Past the 30 to the 32. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On second down, here's Mixon. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Again, it's Mixon. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game... Special teams did their job, putting this offense back inside the 10. Now how can the defense respond? They will throw on first down with Burrow. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie, he really should know better.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Inside handoff to Mixon. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Burrow will throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. Mixon will try the right side, and he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Time now to see what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. Now Burrow on 1st down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
On the delay, it's Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And he's got it. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Looking to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. They begin with a run by Mixon, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. This one to the 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit up.
Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Looking to throw again on second down.
Burrow. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. The throw over the middle taken in. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you call it.
Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Open man is Higgins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mixing up the middle. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Well, that'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as the Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. And Burrow going to throw again. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
The Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40, the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now back to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield now, Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, and his pass incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a third and long after that sack we just saw.
He'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over first and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8. Just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for the Chargers, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games, one swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. To hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast, the 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 gripping. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live it. Showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottom. Take 2 and pull out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
I'm harder than I ever been. Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass, yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it, I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go, I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody.
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. Bay Buccaneers taking on the LA Chargers.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't happen.
We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. Fournette, a first down carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure. And
he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up confident.
Early on in the game, first quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the gut, Fournette. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. It's taken to the 26. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well. Trying to make it 9. We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. It'll go as a gain of 4, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time. Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll look to set up his blockers. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Day. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Time now to see what this defense can do. 2nd quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the 2nd half of the season.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And this will not be returned, so the second half begins. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish.
So we're in the third quarter. We'll see how this defense handles the upcoming drive as the offense takes over with a 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they
keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. They'll look to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing.
Well, thanks to their punter, this defense has been set up in a really nice spot with the offense pinned back against their own end zone. They begin with a run by Fournette, and he'll get them a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. He'll look to throw. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity to think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line. Because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Beginning of the drive, 1st and 10 coming up for the offense. We'll see how this defense does here in the 3rd quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he goes out right around the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Back to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that? So we're in the 3rd quarter. We'll see how this defense handles the upcoming drive as the offense takes over with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still,
With his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Wide receiver Keenan Allen bringing out the rest of this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this 4th quarter of play. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Day. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Day. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. There he goes right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been weeks.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Otten brings it in over the middle.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, Chip.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the...
That kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent.
Start of the drive here, 4th quarter, and this defense looking for a stop. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Fourth quarter action, beginning of the drive. Time to see how this defense does here. Now back to throw.
A quick pass here to Godwin.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say.
Offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But figures in a game.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Chargers, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the Bucs, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Tampa.